Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I am sorry, folks, but that has to be my favorite intro that I have made yet. Back in the day, my grandma used to always babysit me. And I would be watching, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, some Dexter's Lab, some Rugrats, Hey Arnold and stuff. But every single day, at least on the weekdays, I believe it was around like either 1 or 2 p.m., we always had to watch Days of Our Lives. My grandma would not miss an episode, and I would have to watch it. And honestly, sometimes I would get into it. And if you want my honest opinion, Britney Spears is still under control, and it's probably Stefano behind it. Stefano is behind all of this Britney Spears madness. I know it to be true. Now, of course, that's just an inside joke for everyone who has ever watched Days of Our Lives. If you watch Days of Our Lives, then you know what Stefano is or who Stefano is. But you don't have to watch Days of Our Lives to understand what a soap opera is. It's a dramatic TV show with over-the-top weird twists and turns and plot lines, kind of like Britney Spears' life, especially how her life seems to be playing out every day on social media right before our eyes. It hurts me to my heart every single day to just watch Britney Spears go downhill. And what I mean by that is go downhill mentally. Britney Spears still looks great. She's in great shape, but mentally she doesn't seem to be in great shape. So looks can be deceiving, but I think if anyone took a look at her Instagram profile and they didn't have any personal biases, they would realize that there was something wrong. Now, I was noticing that there was something wrong with Britney for a long, long time before I finally spoke up and said something. But now it seems to me that people are finding their voices. They're no longer allowing this Free Britney movement or whatever you want to call it to squash their voices out. They are saying what they want to say, and everyone is concerned about Britney. People are starting to finally notice the red flags. And like I said, I noticed them for so long and I didn't say anything. But I had this platform. I cover pop culture news, trending topics, and I would honestly, if something happened to Britney and I had this platform and I didn't use my platform to raise awareness that there was clearly something wrong going on here, I would feel bad. I would feel bad because I noticed it. And finally, I decided to speak up. And now other people are speaking up as well. And it's just like every day that goes by, there's something else. And it almost feels like my videos are just documenting this woman's mental decline. Like we're just watching her slowly just... it's sad. It's hard for me sometimes to put into words because... to put it into words, it makes it sound like I'm being mean or evil or something, and that's not what I want to get across. But at the same time, it gets frustrating when everyone, or at least a large portion of people, just want you to ignore these red flags. But as you all saw in my past video on Britney Spears, there was something that I noticed weird there, but I noticed something weird every time I come on her profile. And she winded up posting this picture with her and some other person's newborn baby. Like a really, like basically almost like a newborn. This baby can't be that old. Of course, she does the typical Britney thing. She posts the same picture like 7 times in a row. So you keep swiping and it's the same picture over and over and over again. But she had this rather lengthy caption underneath this photo that I have to read for you all because it doesn't make sense. At one point, she admits that she eats Play-Doh, and honestly, I would be afraid to allow my child anywhere near Britney Spears. Now, I don't have kids. I don't. But if I did, I wouldn't allow them anywhere near this woman. In fact, there was one post a while back she posted while she was in another country, she ran into someone who had this newborn baby in their arms, and she wanted to hold the baby, and then she like kissed the baby on the mouth and talked about how she didn't want to let the baby go. And in this post, once again, she talks about how she just clings to this baby and doesn't want to let this baby go. And it just makes me think of like one of those women who has like a psychotic breakdown and they steal someone else's baby because they really want a baby. Like, that's what I feel like Britney Spears is on the verge of doing. I wouldn't be surprised if Britney Spears runs off with someone else's kid, honestly. That's just my opinion. I'm sure all of you all may feel differently. But let's read this caption. One of those, now listen, sorry, before I read this caption, I am reading this caption word for word. It may sound weird. That's not me reading it weird. This is how Britney talks. One of those loves of your life in 3 hours. The family was like, when is this woman going to leave? I didn't. I stayed. Good God, a beautiful family. I played ping pong with their 4-year-old boy. He was so pumped, like he had swag at 4. Not good with names, but I remember his was Henry. Reminded me of when mine were that age. I literally wanted to fall on my knees. You wanted to fall on your knees in front of a 4-year-old boy. Okay. The small baby was eating pink Play-Doh. But the mama said, you can actually eat Play-Doh. I thought she was messing with me. She told me to try it. So I sat down with this beautiful family and I ate pink Play-Doh. Sorry, I have to pause right here. What? So this family is allowing their child to eat pink Play-Doh. Britney Spears notices it, and supposedly the family's like, pink Play-Doh is good for you. Let's all sit down and eat pink Play-Doh together. So she sits down with the family and eats pink Play-Doh. Or eats pink Play-Doh. Is this even a real story, or is this something in Britney Spears' delusional mind? I don't know, but she's literally just sitting here admitting that she sat down with the family and feasted on pink Play-Doh together. I think that's kind of weird. I could say so many things about that, but let's just go forward. Because, whoa. I thought the family was from Europe. They were from Chicago, where I used to get my favorite jeans. Okay? This baby looked at me like she saw angels. This is something that she always says. There's other posts out there of her like holding babies, and she's always acting like the baby looks at me like I'm an angel or I'm a god. No, the baby's looking at you like, why the hell are you holding me and why are you eating pink Play-Doh? What? So either Britney Spears is just out of her mind, or this family is chilling in an area where Britney Spears seems to be at, and they're allowing their newborn to just eat pink Play-Doh. And they're like, hey, Britney, it's fine. You eat some pink Play-Doh too. In fact, sit down with us. Let's all eat pink Play-Doh. She thinks they're from Europe, but really they're from where she gets her favorite jeans. And the baby is looking at her like she's an angel. She's a mystical creature. The baby looked up at me like she saw angels. Children are like mystical little beings. She was literally in her own little world, just like you, Britney. The baby is in its own world, and so are you. I could see it in her eyes. I connect with her world. Yeah, I'm sure you do. You have the mental capacity of a child. I'm sure you do love her world. That's really weird. So I connect with her world. That's why children are so special. They are so innocent and pure. It's awakening to something people can't explain. It was magic, holy, mystical, breathtaking. When I looked into this 6-month-old baby's eyes, I held her forever. I have 2 boys. My back came out like it all came back. That's love, I believe. I melted with this beautiful girl. A day to remember. I left eventually, but I think she liked me because she still emails me. What? See, when it comes to Britney's post, I have to read a line and then react to it and then read another line. Because if I just read it out, it just sounds like I'm just vomiting words out of my mouth, and you can't really make sense of it. So let's rewind back. I connect with her world. That's why children are so special. Okay? They are so innocent and pure. It's awakening to something people can't explain. It was magic, holy, mystical, breathtaking. I don't know about you, but if someone holds my child and they have this type of reaction, I'm going to get freaked out. Like if I hand you my child and you hold it and you look into its eyes and like, mystical, magical, breathtaking baby, oh yeah, I'm going to be like, give me my kid and get the hell away from me. Get the hell away from me. The fact that she's going so crazy insane over this baby, it shows you what she's dealing with. Like, this woman desperately wants a child. That's the reason why she faked her pregnancy a while back and then faked that she had a miscarriage. Yeah, all of that was fake if you ask me. Maybe that's not a 100% fact, but if you ask me, it is. You can go back, check out my last videos. I don't just give my opinion as to why I think that. I lay out evidence that would make me believe that. So I'm not just saying out the side of my neck, Britney was never pregnant. No, there's a shit ton of evidence out there that would show you that she was never pregnant. And in fact, I didn't even cover half of it. So you could go check that out. So this woman's obsessed with other people's kids at an almost dangerous level. And one thing I keep noticing on Britney's post, she keeps talking about magic. Magic is real. Magic. Oh, this is magic. And it's like, what? I mean, here's one post that she just posted 2 days ago. Do you still believe in magic? It's like, it's something that she's really, I don't know. She really seems to be talking a lot about magic right now. I don't know why, but it's like almost like a child in one of their little fantasies. So you see all these posts of her holding this, I guess it's a 6-month-old baby. Not a newborn necessarily, but it's a young baby, okay? Definitely too young for you just to be allowing it to sit there and eat Play-Doh with Britney Spears. Now she goes on and she has another post of her swaying side to side in the same brown heels. For some reason, this woman cannot escape this living room. I don't know why. I'm sure maybe these posts are old, but she claims they're new. And I laid that out in my last video I made on her. But one thing I could just notice right off the bat in this video and in the videos that she posted the other day is that there is once again dog shit all over the place in the back of her living room. You could look closely back there. It's like beneath a desk, over by the curtain as well. There's little piles of dog poop everywhere that she doesn't care to pick up. I guess she doesn't have help to pick it up. She just sways side to side over and over again, surrounded by dog poop, while a lot of this Free Britney movement supports her now. I keep telling myself I'm going to do a video about the Free Britney movement, but I am still gathering information. Every video I do about Britney Spears, I learn a little bit more about her, and you all teach me a little bit more as well. So I want you all to understand that sometimes, yeah, I make videos to inform all of you all, but you all inform me as well. So we're learning from each other on this channel. I want you all to always understand that as my audience, that I am not the end-all be-all of information. We are here to connect and learn from each other, and I feel like since I've created this channel, I have learned just as much from you all as you all have learned from me. So I appreciate all of that. I will do a deep dive on this Free Britney movement one day. I'm just not sure when. I just need to get all of the right information together. One thing I've noticed though, there's a lot of like big voices in the Free Britney movement, or at least there used to be, that no longer say anything. And I'm like, why is no one saying anything about these very obvious issues that she's dealing with? It's like everyone was like, yeah, free Britney, free Britney. And then you had that court date. And then after that, it's just like, okay, no one cares to talk about it anymore. I understand that you don't get as much attention on the videos and the articles that you may put out there about Britney now, because the Free Britney movement, you know, it's largely over because everyone thinks Britney is free. So now it's no longer, you know, as much of a trending topic. So I guess that's why a lot of people lost interest in the situation. But there's so many prominent voices out there that I was hearing during this Free Britney stuff that I no longer see or hear from anymore. And I'm just curious as to how they feel. You know, they were so instrumental, or at least they believe they were, in freeing Britney. So how come they're not using their voices to raise awareness about whatever issues she's obviously going through? It seems like everyone wants to ignore the fact that Britney was supposedly freed, and then it looks like she started doing even worse. In my opinion, the Britney posts that I was looking at from like back in the day, you know, a year and 2 years ago, they looked like Britney was at least a little more sane then than she is now. That's just my opinion. Some of you all may feel differently, but I think anyone with common sense looking at this situation can tell. The problem is people allow their emotions to get in the way of reason. That's something that I never want to do on my channel. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I created my channel. It's because I feel like in this pop culture sphere, and just with anything in general in the world, everyone is acting off of their emotions. And I understand that. Like you may have an emotional connection with Britney Spears or her music. So it's hard for you to really just put it out there that you feel like she may be crazy, or there may be this happening, or that there may be that happening. But people keep allowing their emotions to get in the way of reason. Any reasonable person, emotions to the side, can tell that Britney is not okay. Now, if you allow your emotions to cloud your judgment, you may look at it like, oh, Britney's free, living her life, doing whatever she wants to do. That's your emotions getting in the way of reason. If you're a reasonable person and you don't allow any of that bias to seep into your judgment, then you will realize there's something wrong with Britney. I will continue to cover this downfall. Hopefully something is done about it. Hopefully she gets better. But for now, it continues to look worse. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.